First off, I want to say a big thank you for stopping by my channel. If you like what you're hearing, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. That would help me out so much. Also, if this resonates with you in any way or touches your heart, you can leave me a comment and I'll be sure to get back with you. Today, I'm going to be talking about my family history and background. That way, it'll give you guys a little more of a context of my brother and his story. I'm talking about my family background today, and with that comes some sensitive topics. And I'd also just want to put out there that this video is not in any way to attack my parents. This is more just to give you guys, like I said, context into my background and kind of how we were raised. You know, obviously for every person who's a parent, you know that there are going to be good days and bad days, and there's going to be stuff that you do that damages your child, unfortunately. But the main thing is that we learn from those mistakes going forward and we do better. I am one of 7 kids. I have an older sister and 5 younger brothers. And of course, my parents. So I grew up in a house of 9 people. As you can imagine, it wasn't always, rainbows and butterflies. But I will definitely say there was always a party going on. I am from Georgia. I am a Southern girl all the way. Girls raised in the South. Grits, if you've never heard of it. Right here we have the generations defined. Starting with 1928 to 1945, the silent generation, which would be my grandparents, and then moving on up to my parents, the baby boomers from 1946 to 1964, which these are the 2 that I'm going to be going over today. Let's check out a Google overview of the silent generation. Let me get it up here. The silent generation, born 1928 to 1945, often faces unique mental health challenges due to societal norms and historical events of their upbringing. They experienced the Great Depression and World War II, which instilled a sense of stoicism and self-reliance. This often translated into a reluctance to discuss mental health issues, leading to underreporting and undertreatment of conditions like depression. So here, with just this little overview, you can see a little bit of insight into the unique challenges and struggles that my grandparents, the silent generation, went through. And as you can imagine, with these struggles, how it affected their children. So, with that being said, I took a few notes, so bear with me. Grandparents living during the silent generation had unique mental health struggles. Here are just a few that I'm going to list. They had a hard time discussing or acknowledging mental health. There was a very strong stigma around mental health and a lack of awareness. They are resistant to seeking help, and I'm sure back then they were resistant to seeking help as well. They had a very much tough it out mentality, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And as you can imagine, that type of way of life didn't just go away once they had children. Now that we have gone through the silent generation, we will look at the Google overview of the baby boomers, my parents. So, baby boomers. Those born between 1946 and 1964 are facing unique mental health challenges due to a combination of factors, including aging, cultural shifts, and societal changes. While they are experiencing higher rates of depression and anxiety compared to previous generations, there's also a growing awareness and acceptance of mental health within this age group, partly driven by younger generations, which this part's important because I would definitely say my parents are way more open than, say, their parents to talking about mental health and having more awareness. I'm sure you're all wondering at this point, why on earth am I going through all of this history? and the past and whatnot. The way I see it, though, is it really does contribute to where I am and where my family has been. They all play a part in my brother's story, all these different facts and things. And maybe you guys can take a moment to look at your family history. If you ever have a time where you're sitting there going, my goodness, why are my parents the way that they are? You can just look back at just basic information from when they were younger. And it's like I said, not to justify bad behavior. It's just to understand a little bit more of a context of their life and their unique struggles during the time that they were growing up.